Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a let's chat video, and we're going to be talking about love. So as we all know, Valentine's Day is soon around the corner. So, I wanted to do a topic, related to love and relationships and all that. So Valentine's Day has pretty much just become, another day for me. Y'all know my background story, so I have no plans or anything like that for Valentine's Day. I haven't done anything in quite a few years, but nonetheless, it's still, I think, is a time that we can kind of reflect and think on stuff, whether it's, reflecting on things within your personal relationships that you're in right now, or just thinking about, what you want for the future and things like that. So something that I've always kind of, thought about since I was, kind of young was the idea of having a soulmate. I think a lot of us grow up thinking that, one day we will meet our soulmate. A lot of people have the idea that it is one specific person who is your soulmate, whereas other people think that you can have multiple soulmates. And a lot of people also say that sometimes you don't even end up with your soulmate. Your soulmate a lot of times comes into comes into your life for a reason or to teach you something, and then they leave. So while talking about the soulmate conversation, a lot of times I've seen the topic of soulmate versus life partner, and I've come across multiple articles talking about this and talking about the difference between what both of these things are. So just to give you guys an example, this one article that I read said that soulmates, you have a spiritual bond with them, whereas with life partners, you connect intellectually and emotionally. Also, it says that with soulmates, unfortunately, many times these relationships, they might sooner or later come to an end, because soulmates come to teach karmic lessons that need to be learned in this life. Once that lesson is given, they could leave or simply just stay in our lives as friends. Whereas with life partners, they could come in our lives at a time when we have accepted ourselves and have become aware of our self-worth. So we no longer need this person to necessarily teach us a lesson. So it makes it easier to actually build and create a more long-term or lifelong relationship with the life partner. Now, this isn't to say that your soulmate can also end up being your life partner, but the reality is, if you believe in these things, sometimes that's not the case. A lot of the descriptions that I've seen also tend to describe the relationship with the soulmates as being very passionate, very emotional. It can sometimes be kind of like this whirlwind type of romance, and you're just so deeply connected with that person. And along with experiencing a lot of joy, you can also experience a lot of pain with this person. I guess because the love or the feelings that you have for them could sometimes be so strong that it becomes overwhelming. And if something negative, within that relationship happens, then the results can be devastating to you. But a lot of times during these super, passionate whirlwind relationships, both of the people involved were not yet at a point in their lives where they could actually settle down with each other and build that lifelong relationship. So, me personally, I used to believe in the idea of a soulmate. I mean, I don't know if I still do. I mean, y'all know my story. My ex died, and I thought that he was my soulmate. I mean, despite all the, the crap that happened in my relationship with him. I mean, I had a lot of good moments with him, a lot of bad moments, but I thought that he was my soulmate. But in hindsight, I think that feeling or whatever that he was my soulmate was more so based on my deep feelings that I had for him, and because I was so in love with him, that I convinced myself that he was my soulmate. Now, whether he thought that same way about me, I don't know. Possibly not, who knows, but he ended up dying. So that kind of made me feel like, well, damn, maybe he wasn't my soulmate. But then again, looking back at that relationship with him, it has become very clear to me at this point in time and this many years after his death that I do think that he had a purpose in my life. I do think that there was a lot that he taught me, and that just that whole experience taught me. So now I think I can look at it as, he was in my life to teach me something. Could he have been a soulmate if you believe in multiple soulmates? Maybe. I don't know. But now I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I'm more so looking for a life partner. I'm not necessarily looking for that overwhelming, enveloping feeling of being super in love and being blinded by love. Like I'm over that at this point. I mean, I do want to fall in love again, but I want a more, mature relationship, a relationship that will last a lifetime, someone that will grow with me, and that I'll be able to, I don't know, teach things and he'll be able to teach me and all those type of things like that. But I mean, the topic of falling in love, I mean, again, it's a difficult one for me because, even though it's been, 3.5 years now since my ex died, I go through my down points. I go through my moments where, I think about him a lot, and it just makes you think, like, dang, like, when someone dies on you, like, do they ever really fully get out of there, But anyway, I feel that love is such a basic human need. And, there's a lot of people these days that feel like, I don't know, I feel like they've managed to convince themselves that that they'll be happier off just being single, whether it's, living the bachelor life until they're old, or, certain women that feel like they'd rather just, I don't know, I guess be single or just casually date because they don't see the value in either settling down or getting married. Because there are some women that think that way. I think they're kind of playing themselves. Because again, I feel like that need to be in love and to be loved, it's such like an innate human desire, such an innate human need. And I think that's why sometimes we can find ourselves like, I don't know, obsessing over this issue of love, or trying to find a partner, or like feeling like the time is winding down, especially as women. We have this whole biological clock thing going on where it's like, oh my God, I'm in my 30s. Oh my God, I'm 35. Oh my God, I'm 40. I'm not married yet. I didn't have all my kids yet, blah, blah, blah. And all these type of things. But, I do think though, it is a beautiful feeling to be in love. And I do look forward to being in love again. And, being with someone that loves me back and everything. But I do think, I don't know if I'll necessarily be with a soulmate per se, but I am definitely looking for a life partner. I do hope that the person I end up with is, fits that category, So anyways, that was it for this quick video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys believe in soulmates? Do you guys believe that a person just has one? Do you believe that a person can have multiple? What are your thoughts on the soulmates versus life partners? And yeah, just leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.